Greetings, brother. A fine day to kill heretics. Yes, brother. A fine day in
You're fit lacking, boy.
Brother. I'm here, brother. What do you need? Yes, brother. I need drip.
The next day.
Come on, boys, join chaos. I'll suck your dick.
Filthy heretical demon. There is no heretical pussy that could ever make me question my loyalties to the swag bearer of drip kind.
Oh my god, that's like so hot.
Begone, demon thought!
Salutations, Rangers! General Bradley 101 back at you again with some more lore. And in today's video, boys and gals, we are taking a look at the Emperor's Champion, aka the swaggiest, drippiest motherfucker you ever done seen. Look at him! Boy, positively dripping with that swag. But before we get into today's video, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that wonderful YouTube stuff. Comment down below. Join the Discord, it's awesome. Check out my boys. And if you really love this content and want to help out your boy, consider joining a member. You get access to a bunch of cool stuff, including getting these videos a full day early. But without any further ado, let's get into the history of the champion of the Emperor. Right, so the Emperor's Champion. The Emperor's Champion is a tradition that stretches back all the way to the Horus Heresy, with the first champion of the Emperor being a little-known chap by the name of Sigismund. Don't know if you heard of him. You see, the Imperial Fists were always the quintessential legion of the Emperor. The only other one that could claim that title was, of course, the Emperor's Children. But, of course, they went heretical, so that fell onto the Praetorian. Therefore, on the eve of the Siege of Terra, Dawn went up to the Templar Brethren, which was a unique organization within the Imperial Fist. Essentially warrior monks, minus all the religion but all of the very good sword fighting. Sigismund was the best of them, and he went up and he gave him the task of being the champion of the Emperor. Basically, it was his job to go around to enemy commander, enemy champions, and beat them the fuck up to show them that heretical shit ain't shit. Now, Sigismund was very honored by this, but he was iffy about one little thing, that being that he had to wear the color black. He didn't want to ditch his old IEF colors because, well, he loves them. However, it was later calmed because Dawn himself had ordered it that he be dressed in black to show that he was in fact directly governed by the Emperor himself. How exactly that works, I don't really know, but it is what it is. Thus did Sigismund step out, wielding naught but a black sword clad in black armor, and went around murdering everybody. Sigismund is one of the greatest swordsmen that the Space Marines have ever seen. For reference, he managed to beat Khan into a bloody paste. Yes, that card. So, you don't want to fuck with the Templar dude. Sigismund then continued to be the Emperor's Champion throughout most of the Great Scouring. Eventually, however, the title of Emperor's Champion would pass on to another Space Marine. And while originally during this time, every single legion had a form of Emperor's Champion, as the Great Scouring ended, it became less and less necessary. However, in the Imperial Fist, every single chapter still keeps a Emperor's Champion, with a set of black artificer armor and a black power sword. However, when most people think about Emperor's Champions, they think about the Black Templars. You see, the Black Templars hold a very special place in the heart for the Emperor's Champion, because their chapter master, the founder of the chapter, was indeed the Emperor's Champion, first and foremost. Therefore, to them, it is seen not only as an honor, but rather a duty that is ingrained specifically to them. It is written in their very genome that they are the champions of the Emperor, for that is the reason why the Emperor shows unto them this great honor, the fact that they are his most devout and loyal servants. At least that's their justification for it. Now, what exactly is shown to the particular brother? You see, before every single battle, the Black Templars will gather together and they will pray. During this time, a brother will be visited by a dream. Now, this dream depends from brother to brother, from chapter to chapter, but it is broadly considered to be this. You get a dude. The dude is some type of space marine. Some people consider it to be Sigismund, others the Emperor, some Dawn. But he is standing, he is clad in black, and he is fighting, clashing against foe upon foe. And he is said to be amongst the stars, and he is the light bringer, pushing back the darkness. There is some variation, with in some cases it being fire, other cases it being lightning, other cases it being bright light. Doesn't really matter. The fact of the matter is, you get a vision of a dude 1v9ing, and that's the main goal of it. It is at that point that a brother will then approach the chaplains. The chaplains will then verify to make sure he is in fact not talking shit. I mean, not that any Black Templar would ever do that. They may be crazy, but they have their own rules and they follow them. The issue is getting them to follow your rules, which is, rather difficult, shall I say. It is at that point that the Ecclesiarch, the head of the chaplaincy, or the highest ranking chaplain if the Ecclesiarch is not present, will then go over the champion's dream and verify it by looking over their own codified scriptures from the Librum Diviniatus. Till this day, never has there been ever a single false prophecy, nor has any brother ever betrayed this. Therefore, whenever this happens, it's almost automatically assumed to be the Emperor's champion, given manifestation. Though, they always do it because, better safe than sorry, which I can get behind. Once he has been vetoed, however, by the chaplaincy, he is then sent to the Master of the Armory, and he is issued a black suit of artificer armor known as the Armor of Fate, as well as a power sword known as the Black Sword, master-crafted relic sword. Also grenades, because, shit, homeboy may fuck up in melee, but, grenades, I guess. I know that's just the reason why they do that, because the tabletop, every Space Marine has grenades. I just find it funny how it's like, armor, sword, fucking fry grenades. Cool though. Very cool. It's at that point that he will then enter the Sanctorum, or the chaplaincy area. Now this depends on where the crusade is, per se. Side note, we should probably explain what a crusade is. You see, the Black Templars are not codex compliant. It is alleged that they are said to have approximately 12 to 13,000 Marines, half of those being neophyte, and thus they are divided into different chapters known as crusades. It is alleged there's about 6 to 7 of them, because 1,000 each, and they use that little loophole. However, every single crusade will have what's known as a Sanctorum, whether it be in a hive, city, spaceship, planet, wherever, is essentially the holiest of the holiest place, blessed by the Emperor, and thus divine and sacred. So the prospective champion will then enter that area. He will then be donned in his armor, then various rites of prayer, sanctified oils, holy scriptures, as well as seals of purity will be placed upon him, and then he will arise from there. And then, during the day of battle, he will set forth to find the champions. So basically, anybody who is important. We're talking war bosses, Farseers, Space Marine captains, Tau Ethereals, Orc war bosses. I already said that. Anyone could be a champion of chaos, could be anyone. If he is important, if he's fucking shit up, it is the Emperor's champion's job to 1v1 him. He is completely outside the chain of command. No one, not even old Helbrecht himself, could ever command him. For he has been given a task by the Emperor of Mankind himself to be his champion, to be his blade, and by the Emperor, by Dawn, and by Sigismund himself, this black blade will cut through anything that would dare oppose the righteous liberation that is the Imperium of Man. And thus will the Emperor's champion continue his duty until death, which usually happens pretty quick. Yeah, these guys have a pretty short lifespan because, if you're going up against the best of the best of the best always, you're kinda asking for trouble. But these are the Black Templars. They don't give a fuck. They are trouble, motherfucker. Thusly, generally speaking, there is one Emperor's champion per crusade, but they usually only last couple battles, maybe. That's part of the reason why the Black Templars pray before every battle. Of course, they are religious fanatic zealots, but at the same time, you kinda want your dude in if you're going to fight. So that is essentially the history of the Emperor's champion. What I want to get into now is what it means to be the Emperor's champion. You see, a lot of people look at this and they see, wow, really cool, pretty neat. But that's all they see. It's very surface level for them. Which is fair, unless you're a super hardcore Black Templars fan, you're not going to go deep into it. But it's the idea that this is in fact the champion of the Emperor. And for those of you who aren't very well versed in history, basically 1v1 duels have always been and still are considered to be the greatest show of skill in championship. But, the issue with that is that if your dude fights a 1v1 fight and loses, he fucking dies, and if he's a king or the Emperor of Mankind, that's a pretty shit deal. So, what people would do throughout history is that they would simply elect a champion to fight in their stead, and this was widely accepted because the dude is a super good fighter, and if he dies, well shit, you just lost one dude. At least your man is still alive. Thus it goes to show how good originally Sigismund was, that he was decreed to be good enough to fight in the Emperor's place, i.e. on the same level as the Emperor. Was he actually on the same level as the Emperor? No, of course not. It's the fucking Emperor of Mankind. But he was really good and probably the best combat that they had there. Depending on what you hear about Sigismund, some people say he's better than Primarchs. Me, I don't know that much about Sigismund, to be frank. Pretty cool dude. I think he may be able to stand up against the Primarch. I don't think he'd win though, but that's just me personally. But what a lot of people don't understand is that Space Marines, they are in fact human. They are above human, but they're still part human. They still have feelings, they still think, It's just very much different, and it depends from legion to legion. Now, of course, GW has the age-old problem of never being consistent, so in one case, Space Marines are completely unfeeling the automata, and in other cases, they are crying about how Daddy does in fact not love them. Looking at you, Night Lords. Fuck you, Night Lords. No one likes you. But the fact of the matter is that they indeed feel pride. They have morale. Space Marines can break, but again, it's going to take a lot for them to do so. And even if they don't break, their morale can still be affected to a degree. Well, that's the gist of it. So if you are a Space Marine and you're fighting, then all of a sudden you see your captain get his head decapitated by some mad lad in utter drip screaming about how the Emperor is based as fuck and chaos is cringe, that's going to hit you. Moreover, it also takes from a point of a combat perspective. Because if you have a Khan who is blending through your lines making Space Marines look like guardsmen, and all of a sudden a Sigismund comes up and beats him into paste, that is a net gain for you. Remember, these are Space Marines. One Space Marine can make a difference. So if you have one dude whose whole job is to go around killing all of the good shit, you're automatically going to put yourself on a better playing field. Or, in the case of the Siege of Terra, level the playing field. So that's something that a lot of people don't seem to understand. While very much a meme, because Black Templars Lamau, the Emperor's Champion is a very, very, very important role. And when you consider that you fight against other races that are not Space Marines, killing the king is normally a good win. A perfect example of this are Tau and Orcs. If you kill the Orc war boss, then the other war bosses below him are going to start fighting. Kill a Tau Ethereal, they kind of lose their shit. Taking out any type of enemy commander is a blow. Especially if it's something like an Eldar Farseer, which is usually a big chunk of their power, because magic lightning hurts. Surprising, I know. So all of a sudden, if you have your connection to the war, your connection to magic, which the Eldar rely on, all of a sudden cut in half by a big black sword, wait, that's gonna hurt. Now, while yes, of course, their lifespan is very, very short, it's the case of we're trading one Marine for a battle. Even if it's a Space Marine, that's still worth it. One Marine compared to one planet, that is a really good trade. Now, the reason why the Black Templars are associated with this is because they are quite willing to die. They are the most zealous, the most devout Space Marines, period. There is no one out there who comes even close to being as fanatically loyal to them as the Emperor is. Because of that, you have a genetically augmented superhuman who fully believes in everything that he says, and it's going to make him fight all the harder. Combined with the fact that most Black Templars are skilled swordsmen, an Emperor's Champion can indeed win a battle, in some cases a war. Speaking of the Emperor's blessing, these guys are in fact blessed by the Emperor. They are said to glow in a holy golden light. This light is supposed to be incredibly beneficial to those around them, and very negative to those of the demonic entities. Essentially, imagine it like an aura of life, slowly healing your teammates and destroying the undead. It's pretty neat, pretty simple, and literally makes bro gold. Fucking nice, baby. Now, before every battle, the Emperor's Champion will take one of 4 vows. Side note, these are literally just rules for the tabletop, but I mean, it's kind of funny to me that like how before a fight, the Space Marine is like, right, I need to pick this. Fuck you in particular. It's funny. So we have Abhor the Witch and Destroy the Witch. Pretty simple, witches. Any type of psyker, you're getting that big black sword right up the ass. Accept any challenge no matter the odds. I mean, this one is kind of redundant because they are already meant to accept no challenge no matter the odds, but it's very much like instead of a fuck you, it's like a fuck you, which, again, I find funny. Black Templars are great, man. Then we have Suffer Not the Unclean to Live. This is essentially more of a, I'm going to turn you into paste. It focuses more on the type of horde clearing aspect, but it's much more of, hey, I'm going to slaughter you so I can get to your boss. And then finally, we have Uphold the Honor of the Emperor. Essentially, this is more of, I am the Emperor's Champion, and fucking get bent, motherfucker, because you do not look as drippy as me. It is much more of a declaration of defiance than actual focus on combat. Don't get me wrong, bro's still gonna murder people, but it's much more of the, I am here, and I will not be moved. As we noticed, the Emperor's Champion is an incredible combatant. But as I said, you're fighting the best of the best, and eventually, even an Emperor's Champion will fall. During this, what is known as the Ritual of the Black Blade. Basically, when he has fallen in battle, the Emperor's Champion's body will then be shouldered by 4 sword brethren, and will then be carried off the field. It is at this that the various sanctic runes, the various holy oils, and the various prayers and purity seals will be removed one by one, before each piece of armor being removed, being cleaned, The body of the brother will then be entombed and cleaned. It is then during an honoring ceremony where the Ecclesiarch himself, Chaplain Grimaldus, will begin recounting the deeds of what the Emperor's Champion had done in the presence of the entirety of the Black Templars' upper command and anyone present at the time. While a faithful serf happens to inscribe upon the black sword the name of the brother, joining the ranks. Once the brother's body has been entombed, the black sword and the armor of fate will then be returned back into the reliquary, waiting for the next one to receive the divine vision of the Emperor. For, ladies and gentlemen, the enemies of humanity are great. They are numerous, they are legion, and the wicked followers amongst them gain grotesque and magnificent power. But there will always be a champion of humanity, a champion of the Emperor's chosen, who will rise up, with faith being his shield, bearing an obsidian blade forged from the fires of humanity, and woe betide any who would come near him, for the black blade of humanity cuts deep, but not nearly as deep as the faith of the Emperor's champion. Right, so I hope you guys enjoyed that lovely little video. Nice quick little bite here. We are coming close to 20,000k, so make sure to subscribe. At 20k, we will be having a 20k special, which will be Battletech. Yes, to anyone watching this, please watch that video. I'm going to put a lot of time and effort into it, and I know that people are a little bit iffy when a 40k guy covers something that's not 40k, but Battletech is pretty much like 40k, and it's really good, so please watch it. I love you. Thank you, baby. Anywho, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that wonderful, beautiful YouTube stuff. And get ready, on the 24th to the 25th, we are having a Warhammer TTS tournament featuring all of your favorite YouTubers as well as some awesome fans that will randomly be chosen. It's going to be great, it's going to be awesome. If you want to watch us sling some dice, we got Pancreas No Work, we got Dogehammer, we got Micah Genius, the Gaming Storyteller, Imperial Silver, Dominus Prime, your boy right here. We'll be talking, we'll be commentating, it will be great. Stop by, enjoy it, you'll be great, cheer on your boys. But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that wonderful YouTube stuff. But if you really like the video and you want to help out your boy and make these videos come out quicker, then sign up to the membership or the Patreon. Signing up to the membership will allow you to gain access to a bunch of benefits, including getting these videos a full day earlier than everyone else. Special little fellow. But remember, this is not needed at all. You simply watching whatever I put up, even if you put it on in the background as background noise, is more than enough. And hell, it just makes me happy. Goddamn, I love you. Anywho, I've been General Bradley 101. You've been beautiful, awesome, and amazing people. Thank y'all also very much for watching. Make sure to stay loyal. Make sure to stay loyal out there, boys and gals. And I will catch y'all next time. Dismiss Rangers.